What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I just want to say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now look, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Go ahead and turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And I would appreciate it if everybody went ahead and smashed that like button. But be sure to go ahead and comment down TG for thank God, as well as where you're tuning in from watching today. And I most definitely will be hitting y'all back with a response. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I'm going to be showing y'all a very special center build. Now today, this build is going to be called the Inside Out Shot Creator, and we're going to be making it at the height of 6'10". We're also going to get slashing takeover, pro dribble moves, elite contact dunks, I'm telling y'all. But the most special thing about this build is that we're going to be able to get up to a 90 vertical. Now look, I just want to say thank you to everybody who did decide to come through. But from here, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of this build. So we're going to get started by making it under the center position. Now, I'm pretty sure that we're going to be able to make it out of the power forward, but I'm telling y'all, today, this is definitely going to be one of the better big man builds that you can possibly make. Now, when it comes down to the height, I'm going to go with 6'10", 215 for the weight with a 7'2" wingspan. Now, when it comes down to the body shape, I'm going to go ahead and pick builds, but honestly, if you want to take up the most space, that's the only reason why I'm picking this one. So if you want to go with slight, defined, solid, it does not matter as long as you're picking everything based off of your own preference. So I'm going to leave it like this, and now, let's get into the breakdown of what we're going to look like on the finishing. So for the close shot, I'm going to go 67, 82 driving layup, 93 driving dunk with a 73 standing dunk. Now right here we get 18 badges, and as you can see, Hall of Fame Giant Slayer, we also get Pro Touch. Now I like Slithery on gold, especially out of tier 1, and then for tier 2, we get gold Limitless Takeoff, Silver Fearless Finisher, and then for tier 3, we're able to equip gold Posterizer. Now I also do like Fast Twitch and Rise Up, especially if you're looking to add extra badges towards this area. I think this is going to be one of the more solid builds. Now from here, let's go ahead and get into the shooting. Now for the mid-range shot, I'm going to go 73, 86 three-pointer with a 74 free throw. Now right there, we get 20 badges, and look, for tier 1, we get gold Amped and Midi Magician. The rest is going to be on Hall of Fame, and the badges that I'm looking at, Slippery Off-Ball with Space Creator and Volume Shooter. Now for tier 2, this is where we get Agent 3 as well as Green Machine, and then for tier 3 we're also able to get Silver Limitless Range. Now the rest of these badges, I think they're pretty important, but so far looking so good for the offensive end. Now let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. Now when it comes down to the playmaking, I'm going to go with the pass accuracy of 76, 81 ball handle with a 71 speed with ball. Now for the 17 badges, we're able to get Hyperdrive, Killer Combos, and Climb Breaker all out of tier 1. Then we also get Handles for Days, and then for tier 2, Silver Quick First Step, and then for tier 3, the main badge that I'm looking at is going to be Silver Unpluckable. Now I think the setup for the playmaking is looking pretty solid, and what's going to make this build super special is going to be the defense as well as the physicals. Now for the defense on the interior, I'm going to go 74, 65 for my perimeter, and the only reason why I did go with a 65 is because we're actually 6'10". I'm telling y'all, you're not going to be able to be needed on the perimeter too much, but if you are, I think the 6'10 height with the 7'2 wingspan is really going to make up for it. Now with the block, I'm going 87, same thing for the defensive rebound, with an 81 for my offensive. We get Glove Interceptor, also Post Lockdown with Gold Workhorse and Hall of Fame Off-Ball Pest. Then for tier 2, Gold Chase Down Artist with also Gold Box Out Beast. And then for tier 3, we get Silver Anchor with Rebound Chaser as well as Pogo Stick. Now remember, you do get 4 extra badges from my career to throw into any area of this build. One area that I would consider is going to be the playmaking or even the defense. But let's go ahead and wrap it up with the physicals. Now for the speed, I'm going to go 75, same thing with the acceleration, 49 strength, 90 vertical with a 90 stamina. Now I'm telling y'all, once you get Gym Rat or do your Gatorade boost, your speed and acceleration is going to be a 79. Your vertical and stamina both will be a 94, and I'm telling y'all, you're going to be grabbing crazy boards with such a high vertical, especially to go hand in hand with the rebounding, and it's only going to make you finishing on the inside with contact dunks even better. Now let me know so far, what do y'all think about this build? Would you make any changes? Now I know a lot of y'all would tend to go with the steel upgraded over the block. Now I'm not going to do that today, but from here let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of the badges. So we get the slashing, the sharpshooting, we get the playmaking, and also the glass cleaning. Now to be the best overall, I think you definitely have to include the glass cleaning takeover, whether it's first or second, but for my liking, I'm going to go with first limitless range takeover. Now if you want to go with double offensive, the one that I would pick is going to be finishing moves, but like I said earlier, to be the best all around, I would go with see the future takeover. Now from here, let's go ahead and check out the build to make sure that we made it correctly, and I'm telling y'all, we're going to get the comparisons of Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis with Pascal Siakam, and as y'all can see together, we have created the first inside-out shot creator build at the center position, and I'm telling y'all, you're going to be able to do everything when it comes down to finishing, shooting, you're even able to dribble, and then when it comes down to the defense, you're going to be able to guard any position 1 through 5. Now if you did make it this far into the video, let me know in the comments, what did y'all think about this build? Would you make any changes and adjustments? But from here, let's go ahead and take a quick look at what this build is going to be doing once we're maxed out. Now with the takeovers included, if you do buy your own boost for each area of this build, you do have the potential to get a 99 plus driving dunk, layup, 3-pointer, ball handle, block, and offensive with our defensive rebound. Now that's only if you pick the correct takeovers, buy your own boost, as well as run with a teammate that has Hall of Fame floor general. Now that's going to wrap it up for that area. Let's go ahead and get into the badges. Now getting into the breakdown of the badges for the finishing, I'm going to go with Acrobat, Pro Touch, and Slithery. Now for tier 2, I go Fearless Finisher, Limitless Takeoff, and then my core badge for tier 3 is going to be Gold Posterizer. Now with these badges, I think this setup is honestly going to work hand in hand with each other. Now we have Posterizer that's going to be paired up with Limitless Takeoff, and if you don't get the dunking animation, we have Silver Fearless Finisher to bail you out when it comes down to getting layups. Now on top of all that, you're going to also have Pro Touch and Slithery, which is going to pair up with Fearless Finisher, and if you end up doing an acrobatic layup, this is also going to apply to being equipped for Fearless Finisher, Pro Touch, and Slithery. So all 4 of these badges are going to work in hand with each other. Now that's just the way that I was looking at this setup. If you want to change the badges, you can do so. But from here, let's get into the shooting. Now look, we go with Amped on tier 1, Space Creator, and Volume Shooter. Then from there, Green Machine, Agent 3 with Core, Silver, Limitless Range. Now for my best interest, everybody, you should go ahead and put this as your core badge. And then from there, when it comes down to Green Machine, if you want to put this on bronze or gold, it comes down to your own preference and liking. Now for Agent 3, this really comes down to whether or not you want to use this badge. I think it's essential for my playstyle. And then for Space Creator and Volume Shooter, these are super overpowered, especially with the fact that we get out of tier 1. And I'm telling you, Amped makes a huge difference, especially with shot timing once you use your stamina. But from here, let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. Now with the badges right here, I'm going with Client Breaker, Handles for Days, and Hyperdrive, Special Delivery, Killer Combos, and then Quick First Step and Vice Grip. Now for tier 3, I like Unpluckable on Silver. And with these badges, especially with the height of 6'10", I think we have everything and more that we need. Now Unpluckable is definitely going to be one of the main badges. I did decide to go with Vice Grip over Break Starter. Now we get Quick First Step out of tier 2. Then for tier 1, look, we get all of the main badges that we would normally want on a guard build. Killer Combos, Client Breaker, Handles for Days, and Hyperdrive, and then I had to go ahead and throw in Special Delivery just to be safe to when it came down to throwing alley-oops. Now again, this is all based off of my personal preference, but as far as for a center build, I'm telling y'all, you can't get much better than this when it comes down to a 6'10 playmaker. Now overall, I think this is going to be one of the most versatile builds that you can make for a big man. Now with the defensive end, I'm going with Glove, Interceptor, and Post Lockdown. I like Hall of Fame Off-Ball Pass, and then for tier 2, I'm going to go with Box Out Beast, Chase Down Artist, and then for tier 3, I like Anchor and Rebound Chaser. Now this is all based off of my defensive settings and preference. Now you may want to go ahead and pick different badges if you have other preferences based to your own playstyle, but I think this is the best way that we can go about it when it comes down to a setup. Now all of these badges work hand in hand with each other, especially with tier 1, we have off-ball pest to go with glove. Now when it comes down to tier 2, these two badges are also going to work hand in hand, and then you pair them up with anchor and rebound chaser, and I think this is the best way to go about it. Now if you made it this far into the video, let me know what did y'all think about this build as well as the setup for it. But man, I just want to say thank you so much for your support. Thank you God for another day and another opportunity. And with all that being said, man, I would appreciate it if y'all went ahead and commented down TG for thank God and where you're tuning in from. Man, with all that being said, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family. And I would appreciate it if everybody went ahead and smashed that like button and commented down TG for thank God as well as where you're tuning in from watching today. But man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.